Assalamu alaikum Habibis, welcome back to another video.
Wa alaikum assalam.
Before we begin the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, check out our Instagram. Recent news that we want to bring to your attention. The story that we're going to talk about today is one of a USC student by the name of Asna Tabassum. She's a USC student who's graduating this year with a major in biomedical engineering and a minor in resistance to genocide. Here's where the controversy begins.
April 15th, USC Provost and Senior Vice President for Academic Affairs Andrew Guzman announced in a campus-wide email, "After careful consideration, we have decided that our student valedictorian will not deliver a speech at commencement. While this is disappointing, tradition must give way to safety."
Now, mind you, she has not yet prepared her speech to this date.
This is from an article from the LA Times written on April 15th. It goes on to state, in an interview, Guzman said the university has been in close contact with the student and would provide her support. He added that we weren't seeking her opinion on the cancellation. This is a security decision, he said. This is not about the identity of the speaker. It's not about the things the valedictorian has said in the past. We have to put as our top priority ensuring that the campus and community is safe.
I used what I learned from USC to inform my worldviews. And when I speak on it, I'm penalized for it by the very people who offered me that dream.
So Guzman states, to be clear, this decision has nothing to do with freedom of speech. There is no free speech entitlement to speak at a commencement. The issue here is how best to maintain campus security and safety, period.
This right that he's saying that there's no right to speak at a commencement, that means that not just anybody could say, oh, just because I'm a student, I have the right to speak. Of course not. This is something given to the valedictorian. But they didn't reject her speech based on whether or not she has the right to give a speech. They rejected her from giving the speech based on her personal views, which that is unacceptable in my opinion. No matter what your views are in this country, you're granted them.
Okay, let me add this. Another campus official who was part of the decision, Errol Southers, said threats came in via email, phone calls, and letters. Southers is USC's Associate Senior Vice President for Safety and Risk Assurance. Individuals say they will come to campus as early as this week, Southers said. He did not elaborate.
Clearly, that student is in danger. That one student, everybody's threatening her. So why are you protecting the people making the threats? Why not protect her? Allow her to give her speech.
As per the Times of Israel, Tabassum said she was told USC possessed the ability to take appropriate safety measures for my valedictory speech, but opted not to because a tougher security posture was, quote, not what the university wants to present as an image. So you have the main cause or the reasoning being the threat of security.
What she stated about USC is that they're capable of security, but yeah, they told her that they chose not to. The best thing to do for your image and for security is not to condemn the people that are making the threats, but to silence the student.
To silence the student and revoke her invitation to speak at commencement. The Times of Israel also states the university had not asked for an advanced copy of Tabassum's address before withdrawing her invitation to speak, and she had not even begun working on her speech. I'm citing the article from the Jewish Journal written by Aaron Bandler from April 15th, okay? The article goes on to say, We Are Tov, which describes itself as an organization of students and alumni aimed at combating anti-Semitism, posted to Instagram on April 10th that the valedictorian Asna Tabassum has a link in her Instagram bio that refers to Zionism as a racist settler colonialistic ideology.
So I'm in an organization. It's called Lahava. It's against the Jews to marry Arabs.
That advocates for a Jewish state built on Palestinian land.
Israelis have to take over and they have to kick them away.
בסדר בעברית, פשוט מאוד, צריך להיכנס לשטחים.
And that the Zionist founders believed that the Palestinians needed to be ethnically cleansed from their homes and homeland.
Eventually, our borders will extend from Lebanon to the Great Desert, which is Saudi Arabia, and then from the Mediterranean to the Euphrates. Lebanon, which really needs the umbrella of protection of Israel. And then we're going to take, I believe we're going to take Mecca, Medina, and Mount Sinai and purify those places.
Israeli identity depends on denying Palestinian identity. When we say existence is resistance for Palestinians, this is true. Just by very existing on their land, this is an act of resistance in itself.
So this post from We Are Tov went up on April 10th. And I'm sure it's just one of probably hundreds of comments, social media posts, even news articles that were written in regards to Asna Tabassum, probably in a negative light.
And this comes from a link that she had in her Instagram bio.
The Jewish Journal goes on to quote We Are Tav, being selected valedictorian is an honor, and we are positive she is academically qualified for the position, but it's unacceptable that she promotes anti-Semitic views. Then they go on to say, what will she say at the podium?
I'm not apologizing for the link that I put in my Instagram. What I am saying is that I'm committed to human rights, and I'm committed to the human rights for all people. A lot of the campaign against me has been, for example, claiming that I don't value the life of Jews. That's simply not true.
The U.S. State Department defines anti-Semitism as including behavior denying the Jewish people their right to self-determination by claiming that the existence of a state of Israel is a racist endeavor. That definition has been upheld by executive order and is the definition to which all universities receiving federal funding are held. By this definition, the speech presented on the valedictorian's page is anti-Semitic and hate speech. You can define a word however you want to define it, but the facts are facts, and facts are not changing. You cannot use the term anti-Semitic, which the term Semite, a Semitic people, is a blanket term that covers not just Jewish people or Hebrew speakers, Arabs, and any Semitic language, including Aramaic. So people that speak Aramaic, Arabic, and Hebrew are all Semitic people. It's like saying African American means Ethiopians only. You can't say that. It's like saying Africans means only Nigerians. You can't say that.
The post from We Are Tav, they state the chosen valedictorian features a link on her Instagram bio that calls for the complete abolishment of the state of Israel. So 90% of the backlash that Asna is receiving is in regards to this link that's in her Instagram bio that calls for a complete abolishment of the state of Israel.
How do you feel about the people that have been killed?
In Gaza, there are terrorists.
All of them?
All of them.
Vorrei dire che noi in Israele, almeno la popolazione, siamo non interessati in tutti questi discorsi razionali palestinesi.
You can't deal with these people. There's no need to try. There's no need to talk to them.
E tutti che anche ho sentito qua, per noi c'è uno scopo.
There's only one way, like I would carpet bomb them. It's the only way you could deal with it.
Distruggere Gaza, distruggere questo male assoluto, distruggere questo.
Asna herself states, I am a student of history who chose to minor in resistance to genocide. She's learned that ordinary people are capable of unspeakable acts of violence when they are taught hate fueled by fear.
We are at 10,000 dead Palestinians. How many will be enough? One of my colleagues just said all of them. Wow.
As you see here, you have this Instagram, We Are Tav, using this page of calling for the abolishment of the state of Israel. For that, they're calling you anti-Semitic. But then you have Zionists, as we just played on stage, calling for the abolishment of Palestine, the Palestinian
genocide,
people.
cleansing.
Ethnic cleansing. They're calling for all sorts of atrocities, yet these are seen as fine.
So you ask me, what's the difference between Jews and Zionists? Zionism is the total opposition from the Judaism. Judaism is believing in God, and Zionism is mistrusting God. Zionism is against all the religions, against God, against everything. Taking away the land of other people by killing them, by robbing away the land of them. In the Torah it's written, in the 10 Commandments, don't kill, don't steal. So this is really the difference between Zionism and Judaism.
So we leave it to you guys to make the decision here and come up with your conclusions. You've heard the statement of facts that we quoted from American, proclaimed Jewish, and Israeli sources. So you guys don't say that we're biased, and we tried to state the facts that happened here according to these sources, and we tried to stay as objective as possible, and we leave it to you guys to think about this whole situation. We hope that you guys found value in this, and we hope that we're able to bring awareness to this.
I think all the Muslims owe Asna some prayers for real. There's no telling what kind of mental toll or physical toll that these threats and this entire situation will have upon her. She quite literally is taking one for the ummah. She really is right now.
Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has his ways and he has his reasons for doing anything. I have no doubt that this girl's, this woman's going to be successful in her life. Okay, when one door closes, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala opens 10 more.
All y'all, we got to read Surah Fatiha for her. She being a real one right now. She's out here saying the truth, not being scared, and she's on the front lines of it. With that being said, as always, Like and subscribe. If you're not subscribed already, go ahead and do that. We appreciate everything. Follow us on YouTube Shorts. Follow us on Instagram. And with that being said, this is Habibis Only. We appreciate y'all watching.
What's that? The last thing that Israel is seeking in this region since its creation is to go to war. We are seeking peace. We are peace seekers.